peoples? Kyushu92 here with yet another instance of My Hero Mondays! Sorry, in light of me not uploading last Monday, a lot of things piled up, school, work, and then actual work, and then family. A lot of things piled up on Monday, and I wasn't able to get the current chapter, which we're going to be reading today. Volume 7, entitled Katsuki Bakugo Origin. First off in the chapters, Chapter 54, Ingenium. Do you know of the turbo hero Ingenium? Of course, he's a super popular hero who employs 65 sidekicks at his office in Tokyo. So you're how very well informed. And this is flashbacks to when Ida's talking to Deku about his brother. Yes, he is my brother. He's so frank about it. He's so frank about it. Wow. He leads the people with his unwavering adherence to rules and regulations. A truly beloved hero. It's my admiration for my brother that inspired my own desire to become a hero. And then we cut back to the fight because last we left off, Ida was incapacitated by the hero killer Stain, and Deku came to help him, and then he almost got incapacitated until Todoroki showed up and started to even the odds a little bit. And we cut back to Todoroki saying, Never forget who you want to become. I'm Ingenium, the hero who's going to beat you. Me? A hero? Having my friends protect me, having them bleed for me. Save him first. To remind him of his crime, I took on my brother's name, but nothing's changed since the entrance exam. I mean, sure, if this weren't an exam, I would have done the same. I've been so short-sighted, only seeing what mattered to me. You too, Tenya? A hero? Yes, brother. So cool. A robot? Teach me how, for after I graduate, I want to know why you're a hero. To be popular. How base! I'm half joking. Only half? Well, with Grandpa and Mom and Dad being heroes, I've heard that everyone basically expected me to be one too. But it's really pretty simple. People who find a lost child and then take him to a lost child center, I've always thought those sorts of people were the coolest. Then why not work at a lost child center? Don't be so literal. Are you really a robot? And he just glares at him. Believe me when I say that you're way smarter than I was at your age, Tenya. Better reflexes too. Wait, hang on. This must mean you look up to me that much, Tenya. Guess that makes me a great hero or something. It's just as you said, hero killer. I'm not like them. I'm a novice. I can't measure up to their standards. Be that as it may. And then Todoroki sends a heat wave at him. Ice and fire. Crap, I can't dodge at this range. Hasn't anyone ever told you? Relying too heavily on your quirk makes you sloppy. He's a monster. I have to stand up. It wore off. Never again. Never again will they, or my brother, Recipro, leave me in the dust. Burst! And he snapped Stain's sword in half, saving Todoroki from being kind of skewered. And he manages to land a hit on Stain, sending him flying backwards a little bit. He's fast. Ida! It wore off. This guy's quirk isn't so great after all. It had nothing to do with either you. It had nothing to do with either of you. So I'm sorry. Not that again. That's why I swear I won't let you two lose any more blood here. It's no use pretending. A person's true nature is not so easily changed. You're a fake who prioritized his own selfish desires. A cancer on this society warped by heroes. Someone needs to correct the system. So you're a fundamentalist. Get with the times. Ida, don't even think of listening to his so-called reasoning. No. He's right. I have no right to call myself a hero. Still, I won't let him break me, because if I break, then Ingenium's really dead. You're hopeless. And more fire going towards his way. Idiot! The hero killer's after me and the dude in the white armor! Forget fighting back, just get out of here! I don't think he'll let us. He went through a clear change a minute ago. He's all fired up too. The whole blood type thing adds an element of uncertainty. Plus he's got to get close and it doesn't last long. His quirk isn't what makes him so strong. I bet he tries to avoid fighting multiple opponents at once. Before the bros show up, he's desperate to kill Ida and this other guy. The intel suggested he might be scared off, but far from that, he's gotten even more serious. This insane tenacity. Darn, my reciprocating engines broke. Did that last kick damage the radiator? Todoroki, can you regulate temperatures? I'm not really used to my left, but why? Freeze my leg for me without blocking the exhaust pipes. Stop interfering. And he starts to heat one side of his body. Oh, no. Stain throws a knife towards Todoroki, but Ida catches it in his arm. Right in the shoulder, actually. You stay down, too. And he sends even more knives down his way. Ida, just do it, quickly! And then Midoriya gets up. 2 jumps. I'll jump up, use that ice as a platform, and hit him again. Can I do it? Yes, right now. And then we see images of Todoroki using his ice to go over Ida's leg. But not blocking the exhaust pipes, of course. There! Thanks, Todoroki. I can fight. Who needs arms? Recipro extend! Right now, my legs, my fists, go! Yo, there's so much images in here. It's just so beautiful. Stain about to land on Ida. Ida is literally jumping up towards Stain, about to kick him in the face. And Midoriya is jumping up and about to smack him in the face with full cowling. My legs, my fists are all I need! And they... Okay, oh my goodness, these pages look so good! Are all I need as Midoriya lands a square hit on the face of Stain, and Ida lands a square kick right into his side. Chapter 55, Conclusion. A few minutes ago, at Gran Torino's location, my blast was mostly for show, but I've never seen anyone stay conscious after a hit like that. Watch out, you! There's guys! Oh, and the Nomu that's pretty much facing off against Endeavor is still moving. But it appears that it can also absorb and release all the flames that Endeavor hit him with. I get it. Absorption and release, right? But he suffered some damage. His quirk is a joke. Strange. No, Todoroki, he's actually got multiple quirks. And the same Nomu that was set on fire and released the flames of Endeavor also manages to bulge up his body with muscle and launch himself towards Endeavor with some weird-looking web-like tongue. Did those 2 civilians make it out? Now then. I see. And then we just see... Whoa. Endeavor looks like he was about to set him on fire. But Gran Torino launches from his location and literally bodies the Nomu into the ground. I know I've seen these already in anime, but seeing this imagery in a manga is just so beautiful. And we now get the name of his quirk. Quirk Jet. There are jet propulsion ports on the backs of his legs that pump out air, but the air that comes out is the same air he breathes in. Using this quirk too much puts stress on his old body. Split the darn road. Been a while since I went all out. Well, you sure can move, old man. And then there's an explosion in the distance. That's where the rest of the superheroes should be concentrated. We've only wasted We've only wasted 2 or 3 minutes, but another one already? Unbelievable. Let's tie this guy up and get him. Let's tie this guy up, get him into custody, and go back up the others. Shoto, you're joining us on this one. I'll show you a true hero in action. Put down the stupid phone and watch me, Shoto. And this is flashbacks to what Todoroki was doing when he was with his father Endeavor. Of course, this is at that same point where he got that message from Midoriya. And he starts to run off. Where do you think you're going, Shoto? And alley at 4210 Eco Street. Once you guys are done, send any pros you can to back me up. I'm sure you can have this all wrapped up in a flash, right? Right now, I think my friend's in trouble. This punk. Leave him to my sidekicks. But you, old man, I need you to head for a certain address. As for reinforcements for the others, Endeavor alone is more than enough. He's all fired up, too. And we cut back to the hit that Midoriya and Ida landed on Stain. Of course, we get some pain coming from Midoriya because he possibly overused his quirk. I overdid it with the power? It's not broken though, right? But Stain wakes up and tries to swipe at him. I will defeat you, this time for sure, you, as a criminal. They stopped him dead in his tracks. This is my chance. Keep him on the ropes, and me as a hero. Let's read that correctly. I will defeat you, this time for sure, you as a criminal, and me as a hero. And then we have what Todoroki said. And he just gets blazed in the face by Todoroki and kicked once more in the side by Ida. This combo is amazing. But it also causes his Recipro to go out. But they managed to get saved from a deadly fall thanks to Todoroki using his ice to cause a slide down. Get up, he's still... And it looks like Stain is down because he's not moving, laying up on the ice. He's out cold, right? Let's tie him up and get out to the main road. See any sort of rope we can use? If I keep him on ice, he'll probably shatter his own body the second he wakes up. We should take all his weapons too, just in case. And someone stepping out of the alleyway, and it's all of them! And they got Stain in tow. Of course we'd find rope in a trash-filled alleyway. Todoroki, please allow me to drag him. Your arms are all messed up, though. Sorry, I'm supposed to be a pro, but all I did was get in the way. Don't sweat it. It would have happened to anyone in a one-on-one against a hero killer and his quirk. He's so strong. And of course, Midoriya is just tired because apparently he overused his full cowling. Even in a 3-on-1 fight, we just barely won because he screwed up. He probably got so mad that he forgot about the effect wearing off Midoriya. And with Ida's final Recipro, he couldn't react in time to Midoriya's movements. And of course, we got Ida looking along in silence. Huh? What? Why are you here? Gran Torino! I told you to stay in your seat! Gran Torino! And Gran Torino just kicks Midoriya in the face while he's still on the other guy's shoulder. Well, I don't know what happened here, but glad to see you're still alive. Gran Torino, I'm sorry. Is this the alleyway he mentioned, huh? We got a backup request from Endeavor, but... Kids? They're badly hurt. Call an ambulance. Hey, is that the hero killer? So he's... Endeavor's still over there fighting then. Oh yeah, those Nomu siblings or whatever. Yes. Yes, those of us whose quirk had no effect on those villains came to help you guys. Both of you. You were wounded because of me. I am so terribly sorry. I was blind. I lost sight of everything. No, I'm sorry too. I couldn't tell at all that you were so upset about it, and I'm supposed to be your friend. And we cut back to flashback of when Midoriya and Uraraka are talking to him, saying, like, this is after the festival happened. We have a flashback of when they're talking to Ida then. Get it together. You're class president, aren't you? Yes. In truth, the whole battle only lasted 5 or 10 minutes, but to us, the experience felt a whole lot longer. And then, get down! Huh? And we have a flying Nomu coming in. A villain? How could Endeavor let it go? And it grabs Midoriya. And they all fly off. Midoriya! Huh? Ah! Too fast. Dang, if he gets too high, I can't catch him with my quirk. And then some blood coming from the Nomu splatters on the girl's face, on one of the female sidekicks' face. Crap, he came all this way just to run? Ah, this is bad. Until we see movement from a tied-up individual. And that same individual licks the blood off of the girl's face. And then the Nomu goes limp. Both this shame-filled society and the criminals who wield their power in the name of petty mischief are targets of my purge. So flashy. What's that idiot doing? I'll take care of him later. All for the sake of a better society. Wait. Oh, I got it mixed up again. Wait. Is this conclusion? It's still conclusion. Wow, it's still going. Oh, so it is conclusion. The last chapter was conclusion with a question mark. This one is now officially titled conclusion. Both the shame-filled society and the criminals who wield their power in the name of petty mischief are targets of my purge. All for the sake of a better society. And in an instant, he takes down the Nomu and saves Midoriya. This is Stain doing this.
Hey, what's the heck he's doing? Why'd he kill my Nomu? And why are there kids there? So many questions, but no answers. Why aren't things going my way?
He saved the kid. No, idiot, the boy's a hostage. This is an unrepentant murderer we're talking about. Enough already, assume battle positions. Or are you all bunched up together? Why are you all bunched up together? One of them should have headed your way. Endeavor! You're already finished? More or less. I had to get a little rough. Wait, is that... Get off of me! Endeavor. Hero killer! Todoroki, wait! And then Stain just gets up and starts to walk away from Midoriya. But also Stain's mask comes off completely, and we see his face for the first time. You fake. If I don't fix it, if someone isn't stained with blood, if I don't reclaim my hero status. And he starts to step towards them with such an intimidating aura. Come, just try me, you fakes. The only one allowed to kill me is All Might, a true hero. And everyone is just taken back by his intimidating presence. And then he just stops. This guy, he's out cold. Literally frozen, standing in place. Huh? We later learned that one of the hero killer's broken ribs had punctured a lung. He hadn't managed to lick anyone's blood, but even so, there, at that moment, the hero killer was prepared to stand against us all. And we cut to images of all the devastation around the city, around Hosu. Let's go back. Did you achieve the results you were hoping for, Tomura Shigaraki?
Idiot. That all depends on tomorrow.
After a night at Hosu, General? Looking back now, what we did was incredible. Yeah, and after that last-ditch effort, I'd say it's a miracle we're still alive. And with my leg, if he wanted to kill me, he easily could have. Yeah, he definitely let us live. But you, even with him coming at you with all that bloodlust, you still stood up against him. Impressive. I came to save you, but ended up needing your help. Sorry. Not at all. It's not like that. Oh, all the little wounded warriors are all awake. Gran Torino! Mr. Manuel! And who's that in the back? I'm still gonna chew you out, but... Oh, really? Before that, you've got a visitor. This is Mr. Tenji Suragame. This is Mr. Kenji Suragame, Hosu's Chief of Police. Suragame? Chief of Police? Please, stay seated. Oof. So you're the UA students who put a stop to the hero killer. Whew. The chief's here to see us, but why? Woof. Woof. As for the hero killer, he's currently in treatment for his burns, broken bones, and a number of other serious injuries. Woof. At the dawn of this extraordinary era, the police moved to prioritize leadership and to maintain the status quo, so they decided not to use quirks as weapons. The profession of hero rose as one that would fill that void. Whew. Authorizing the use of such might of these powers that could very easily kill was a heavily criticized decision at first, but it would garner public support. All because of your predecessors acted morally and complied with the laws. Woof. But with those without permission, those who inflicted harm without explicit instruction from the police and powers that be, even if they were to face someone like the hero killer, such action would represent a stunning breach of the law. Woof. You three, as well as your pro-hero mentors, Endeavor, Manuel, Gran Torino, the six of you must be dealt with strictly and impartially. Hold on a minute. Todoroki, if Ida hadn't acted, Native would have been killed, and if Midoriya hadn't shown up, both of them would be dead. Nobody even knew the hero killer was in town. Should we have let people die all in the name of your law? Everything turned out fine, so just forget about the laws this time. Whoa, hold on. Isn't it a hero's job to save people? Clearly, you have much to learn. Such an education you're getting, from UA and Endeavor. You mutt. Stop, this is serious. Wait, just listen to what he's got to say. All of that is what I'm obligated to tell you as the police. But the real question is whether or not to deal with this issue publicly. Whew. If we let the story get out, you'll all be lauded by the public, but you won't be able to avoid punishment. But if we keep all this nasty business to ourselves, the hero killer's burns will support the story that Endeavor was a key operative. He'll receive the accolades. Woof. Fortunately, the number of eyewitnesses was small enough that we can hush up this whole matter before it causes problems. But in that case, your decisive action and achievements will remain unknown to the general public. What do you say? I'm an understanding man, so when it comes to a promising group of young people, I'd rather not have to pursue charges over this admittedly massive indiscretion. Woof! Either way, your negligence is to blame. We have to take responsibility. I'm so very sorry. And he gets bonked on the head by Mr. Manuel. Yeah, you caused big trouble for your mentor, so don't do it again. Thanks for everything. Thanks for everything. The world's an unfair place. You'll receive none of the accommodations that you might have otherwise, but at least as someone invested in keeping the peace, I can thank you. We had no idea we'd end up in that back alley battle. You could have led with that. And in the end, the world would never know what we had done. We couldn't tell at the time, but the implications were already gnawing away at us. Chapter 57, The Aftermath of Hero Killer Stain. Turning back the clock a bit, we interrupt our previous story to bring you breaking news. Oh, this is a chick saying this. We interrupt our previous story to bring you breaking news. There have been sudden explosions and we can now see smoke rising. Is it some sort of accident or a villain on the rampage? We don't have the full story on this incident. What's that? Get a closer look. Rubberneckers? Rubberneckers? All the way up there? They caught the hero killer! Amazing! Seriously? Who beat him? I'm relieved, but also a little disappointed. I know what you mean. Almost smells like something's hot in here. Weird. I know what you mean, and then it has like a full-on page. Hero killer arrested. Violence in Hosu enacted by gang of criminals? Slayer stopped by Endeavor's efforts. The hero killer's end. And there's a lot of text in here, but I'm not going to read it all. At present, the identities and addresses of these three are unknown. However, based on their physical characteristics as well as footage of two men incidentally captured by NHA TV, some are speculating that this incident could be linked to the events of last month when UA High School was attacked by the so-called League of Villains. With the largest number of murderers of any independent villain since the advent of All Might, hero killer Stain has certainly made his mark on the history books. Up next, a look at the motives behind this fiend's crimes. And we got the looks of different people in the crowd that will play a very definite part in the story later.
No matter where I turn, the Nomu are just an afterthought.
And then we have a cutback to when Shigaraki was just laughing at the thought that his Nomu were going to cause devastation throughout the city.
By tomorrow morning, the world will have forgotten all about you. Far from forgetting about him, now it's like we're the sideshow.
And then we cut back to Best Jeanist. The incident of Hosu City of Western Tokyo last night, it certainly worries me. Yes, it worries me quite a bit. People are so easily distracted by big incidents like these, but it's now, more than ever, that heroes need to remain calm and composed. Because chaos is often so good at drawing out the slumbering brutality in people's hearts. As such, we'll continue our usual operations today, just as always. Let our tight genes keep our bodies and minds bound upright. Sure, Best Jeanist! And as he's talking, he's trying to comb Bakugo's hair, but it keeps exploding into spikes. I came to the wrong place. And now we have another hero sign. Oh, I got a reply. So that location info really was an SOS. Good thing I passed it on. Hey, fourth kind's gonna give you a smack. Let's get going. Easy waves with just one quick spray. Hair spray. Uneri. That was quick work, but this is just a demo, so it'll be another month or so before it makes it to TV. They need to add in all sorts of CGI, and then it's just a commercial with Momo with Yaoyorozu with the other hero. I forget her name. Let's head out on patrol, shall we? We're really gonna be on TV? Heroes. We're supposed to be heroes. Long as you guys are okay, you and Nita. Oh, long as you guys are okay, you and Nita. I got super worried when you sent out nothing but an address. Yeah, take it easy for now. I'll hear about the take it easy for now. I'll hear about the rest later. Ooh, Ravity. Let's do some basic training, okay? Oh, sure. See you at school then. Sorry about all the bad stuff that happened. Bye. A love entrance? No, that's not it. And then we cut back to Hosu General Hospital. I talked to a girl on the phone. Awesome! A real girl! He's so caught up with that. And, Ida just got off the phone with Uraraka and Midoriya. Ida just got his diagnosis. My left hand could have permanent damage. Both of my arms were badly injured, but my left got the worst of it. He severed something called the brachial plexus nerve. But they said that I might regain most of the feeling and use of my hand and fingers if I receive a nerve transplant. When I found the hero killer, my mind went blank. I should have told Manuel before doing anything else. I may hate him, but he wasn't wrong. So until I succeed in becoming a true hero, my left hand will serve as a reminder. Oh, I should have followed through back then. No, never mind that. Ida already gets it. Apologizing now would be insulting. I feel the same way. This hand will be my guide, and this is back when he injured his own hand and he now has a permanent scar on it as well. Let's get stronger. Together. And Todoroki's just watching. I'm sorry. For what? Whenever I'm involved, it feels like people's hands get messed up or something. Is it a curse? What on earth are you talking about? Looks like even Todoroki knows how to make a joke. No, I'm not joking. Just call me the Hand Crusher. The Hand Crusher? That darn Izuku Midoriya. Thanks to him, my teaching license was revoked for 6 months. A pay cut, too. But I guess he doesn't have much choice. That's just how it goes. He acts before he thinks, like you, Toshinori.
I'm so sorry. Looks like I didn't teach him well.
Well, can't say I care about the teaching license at this point. I only got it to teach you in the first place, to keep my promise to your predecessor, Shimura. And I really appreciate it. I'm only who I am today because of her. Got a funny way of showing it, forgetting about me.
No, it's not like that. More like I sealed away those precious memories.
Hey, listen, you know why I really called the hero killer. I was only around the guy for a few minutes, but it was more than enough to scare the crap out of me.
You were frightened, Gran Torino? But he's in custody now, so what's wrong?
What really intimidated me was probably the overwhelming pressure of his fierce ideals. Don't get me wrong, I'm not praising the guy, but you know your whole symbol of peace thing, that sense of duty, it was like that. In so many words, it's charisma. The investigation will continue, and his ideals and opinions, they're gonna get out there. On the net, in papers and magazines, and on TV. This age we live in, for better or worse, is one of suppression. But mark my words, people are gonna be influenced by this.
So heroes will deal with them, just like this time.
Then there's this League of Villains. The media's already making the connection, so this league's gonna go from the gang who attacked UA and got beaten up at their own game to an organization with something to say. In other words, they're the perfect magnet. The evil of individual thugs isn't worth much, but when it's united by a single will, it becomes 100 times more dangerous. And if this is what they were gunning for from the start, then the enemy's head honcho is no slouch. Steadily removing their obstacles, manipulating the whole situation according to their calculations. That way of doing things.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Yeah. Shimura was my friend and your predecessor, the last user of One for All, and the man who killed Shimura, the man who opened up that hole in your gut. I think we can assume that All for One is back again.
To think he somehow survived after those wounds. I don't want to believe it.
That brave little kid's admiration for you is no joke. You better find a chance to sit down and tell him everything. Tell him everything about you and One for All.
2 days after the Hosu incident, people started exploring the hero killer's background from every angle. Seems like no one's willing to break the law nowadays. All this whining about not selling out their friends is a real pain. That's because producing and dealing in support items and costumes without a license is considered a major crime. Not to mention that recently the established support companies have been selling their goods to non-heroes through back channels. Or so I've heard. Man, I miss the days before All Might came along. I was young and this country was a way more impulsive place. About time to retire, maybe. Hold on now, this is between you and me, but I've got the opportunity of a lifetime here. Now, I'm only telling you this because your people have got a reputation for quality. Have you seen this video? This hero killer is the man of the hour. Hero Killer Stain, real name Chizome Akaguro. Deeply impressed by All Might's debut, he sought to become a hero. Oh wait, Hero Killer Stain, real name Chizome Akaguro. Deeply impressed by All Might's debut, he sought to become a hero. Akaguro attended a private high school for hopeful heroes, but soon despaired over the fundamentally corrupt view of heroes within the educational system. He dropped the summer after his freshman year. Throughout his late teen years, he made soapbox speeches about the need for a hero revival, but this ended when he concluded that words alone are lacking in power.
Yes, I used to see him all the time in front of the station. I can't believe that,
and they bleeped that word out,
turned into the hero killer. How scary!
In the 10 years that followed, Akaguro educated and trained himself in the art of killing, to fulfill his so-called duty. He's for a hero revival. According to Akaguro, heroes should not be a title given to those seeking reward and recompense, but one earned through tireless self-sacrifice. The heroes of this era are pretenders who misrepresent themselves. Only through a relentless purge can society be made aware of this truth. Excerpt from a weekly publication. If someone isn't stained with blood. This clip keeps getting put up and taken down because both sides get it, especially this last part. This guy's whole style's gonna spread like a plague. From the punks with a few priors to the real bad guys on the run. Anyone who's anyone, myself included, of course. All that evil scattered around out there. We're all gripped by the same fever. And we get cuts of different people around different areas. We'll all be drawn to the organization he was working with, the League of Villains. Chapter 58. Hold on. Chapter 58, Internships End. It may have been brief, but I appreciate everything. I don't feel like I did much for you, and all of that happened while you were out training on the job. No, really, thanks to your... Oh, it may have been brief, but I appreciate everything. I don't feel like I did much for you, and all that happened while you were out training on the job. No, really, thanks to your inspiring talk and all our sparring, I managed to hold my own against the hero killer. And he gets smacked in the leg.
Ow! Against a hero killer who was just toying with you, maybe? Well, if you'd fire off a 100% smash at him and miss, he'd probably... Anyway, I guess all wells that ends well. But that arm, it's fractured, right? You went over your 5% limit at the last second, huh? You still got nervous and overdid it. When you're careless, you lose control. Find a way to calm those nerves under pressure. If you really want to become the greatest hero like All Might, then you still got a lot to learn.
Right.
Huh. Goodbye, then.
Just one last thing, if you don't mind. I hope this doesn't come off as rude, but I've been meaning to ask and couldn't find the right time to.
Spit it out. I got taiyaki that needs eating.
You're so strong, and you're the one who trained All Might of all people. But, Gran Torino, you're not famous at all. I'm wondering, is there a reason for that?
That's because I never cared about being a hero in the first place. Huh? There was a time when I needed to be able to use my quirk freely and legally. That's the only reason why I picked up my license. If you want to know more, you'd be better off asking asking All Might. We're done here. Stay strong.
Oh, okay. Thanks for everything.
The greatest hero, huh? He doesn't look or act at all like you, but
I hope Recovery Girl can do something about my leg. Probably not the arm, though.
I still see you in him, Toshinori. Kid! My friend chose you, and you chose this boy. Who are you again?
Seriously? Like I told you, I'm Midoriya.
So let's both help him make it, Toshinori. That's not what I mean. So that by the time you're past your prime, this kid, his name,
it's Deku,
will be hailed as the symbol of peace.
And as Gran Torino smiles, he walks back in his home. The next day... Really? Really, Bakugo?
Stop laughing. It just stuck like this. Even after a good washing, keep it up and I'll murder the both of you.
Look at that hair. It's a perfect 2:8 hair ratio. Wow, so you got to take out some villains? I'm jealous. It was just evacuation procedurals and logistical support. No real fighting. That's still awesome. Just training and patrol for me. Though one time we did catch some foreign smugglers. That sounds amazing. How'd the past week go for you, Ochako? And she's got like this intense look in her eyes. It was very instructive. Ochako's had some kind of awakening. She was with the battle hero, right? And she's just got this aura of, I will take you down. Just that. Such a transformation in such a single week. Transformation? Wrong, Kaminari. All women hide their demonic natures deep within themselves. What happened to you with Mount Lady? Ooh, what happened with Mineta during his time with Mount Lady? I, on the other hand, was pretty spoiled. It was tons of fun. Now, if you want to talk about the most transformative, most traumatic experience, that'd be the one you three had. That'd be the one you three had. Yeah, the hero killer. I was so worried.
I'm glad you're all still alive. But Endeavor came and saved you, right? That's our number 2 for you. Right, we were saved. Uh-huh. So I saw on the news that they think the hero killer's connected to the League of Villains. I hate to think how things could have turned out if a scary guy like him had showed up at USJ that time. Yeah, because that would have been a much more tense situation if Stain showed up. Hold on, sure, he's scary, but did you watch that video, Jiro? You can really see his tenacity, his one-track mind. Kinda cool, don't you think? Kaminari? Huh? Ida, sorry. No, it's fine. He's certainly a man of conviction, so if some people think he's cool, I get that. But his convictions have led him to conclude that society requires a purge, and no matter what one's motives are, that's just wrong. So that no others like myself emerge and suffer my fate, I will correct my course and walk the path of a true hero. Ida! Oh, making good time. Class is about to start. Get to your seats. Ida's so cool, so loud. I'm sorry about that.
I am here, and the reason for that is your basic hero training. It's been a while, boys and girls. How is everyone?
Not much of an entrance. I expected more after a break. Maybe he ran out of sticks.
As an immediate follow-up to your internships, today's activity is a playful one.
Run out? Never. My supply of sticks is inexhaustible.
A rescue training race.
Shouldn't rescue training be conducted at USJ?
That place is for disaster rescues in particular. But what did I say? That's right, a race! This is Field Gamma. It's a dense spread of factories that wind together to create an intricate network of maze-like alleys. You'll split into 4 teams of 5, with each team going one at a time. I've said I'll send up a distress signal from somewhere inside, and you all will start at the border. I can't speak. And you will all start at the border. It's a race to see who can reach and rescue me first. Naturally, keep the destruction of property to a minimum.
Stop pointing at me.
As he points at Bakugo. Okay, Group 1, to your marks. Group 1 is going to be Midoriya, Ojiro, Ida, Ashido, and Sero. Costume is out for repair, so he's running in his regular USJ training outfit. Ida's still not totally recovered. Maybe he should have sat this one out. It's like all of the class's mobility experts are on this one team. Yeah, if I had to say, I think Midoriya is at a huge disadvantage. To be honest, I'm not really sold on his power yet. Right. He has to hurt himself in order to accomplish anything. I'd say Sero's taken first. He's the best bet. Yeah, but don't count Ojiro out. I'm rooting for Ashido. Her reflexes are nuts. Deku will come in last. Even with his injury, I got a good feeling about Ida. And then Asui is just nodding. Start! And everyone just takes off running. See, in a cramped place like this, overhead's the way to go. And as we see Sero using his tape to zip up to the front, that puts Sero at an advantage. He's great at staying airborne. Sorry, looks like this test was made for me? As we see Midoriya just bolt past him in full cowling. And that training I did was made for this. Whoa, Midoriya! And he's literally leaping past everyone. What's with those moves? You're kidding me! Huh? Watching him reminds me of someone else. Wow, bouncing around like that. Those are my moves. While I was off wasting my time with those idiots, he did it. How'd he change so much in just 1 week? And Bakugo is angry. Midoriya is jumping around and not breaking bones anymore. Keep calm, keep going, and keep calm. Stay at 5%. Don't get nervous. Keep cool. Keep... And he slips on a pipe. Yep. Finished! And who was first? I see. When one's footholds are unstable, it pays to consider the landing before jumping. Sero may have taken first place, but you've all figured out new and better ways to use your quirks since starting school. Keep up the good work as you prepare for your final exams. Right, finals are born. Incredible. I barely recognized you. And he gives a thumbs up to Midoriya. Come see me after class. Huh? The time has come for an important discussion about me and about One for All. Where's the chapter? I can't see the chapter. Oh, chapter 59. Listen up. A tale from the past. The time has come for an important discussion about me and about One for All. He said it so seriously. What could it be? I'm a little scared. After being away for so long, I've worked up a sweat. Man, I really gotta work on my mobility. You'll just have to make it up for it with reconnaissance. We'll still fall behind at this rate. I'm jealous of you and Cero. Hey, Midoriya, I just made the discovery of the century. Get over here. Huh? Look, this hole, just like in Shawshank, our predecessors must have really worked hard to make it. And next door is, you know what that is, right? The girls' locker room. Stop that, Mineta. Peeking is considered a major offense. Yeah, well, Mineta Jr. here is ready to go in the field offensive. Yajirozu's boobs, Orozu's, Yajirozu's boobarozu's, Ashido's sexy silhouette, Hagakure's floating panties, Uraraka's positively oh la la body, and Asui's surprisingly decent and we see an earphone jack come through the hole and stab him in the eye. And then we hear the sound of a heartbeat go straight into the headphones and into his face. Ah! Jiro's earphone jack? Its accuracy and stealth factor makes for a deadly combo. Thanks, Kyoka. How despicable. Let's plug that hole right up. I'm the only one he didn't mention. Sounds are bursting out from my eyeball! Like they say, you reap what you sow. True enough. Break room! Oh yeah, I still got a lot of time. And then it's just this massive aura around All Might as he's sitting on the chair. Take a seat. Such a tense mood. You've been through a lot lately, and I'm sorry I wasn't there to help. That's okay, you really don't have to apologize. I'm more curious about One for All. I heard the hero killer licked your blood. His quirk lets him paralyze anyone whose blood he ingests. But what about it? When I granted you my power, do you remember what I said? Eat this. No, not that. And he has All Might's face, and he just imitates All Might's face. Really doesn't matter what it is you eat, as long as you get my DNA. Oh, wait, don't tell me the hero killer has One for All now. No, but I thought you might be worried about that, since I forgot to explain it fully. One for All can only transfer if its holder wills it to. Hypothetical, it's not 'cause I like you, huh? And it's like an example of a girl giving All Might some sweets. Though it can't be stolen forcibly, it can be given to an unwilling recipient. It's a unique quirk in that sense, with a unique origin story, because One for All was originally derived from a different quirk altogether. All for One, a quirk that lets its user steal other quirks, as well as grant quirks to others. All for, meaning everything was for this guy to take? I didn't skip one, did I? No, I didn't. This was back at the advent of the exceptional, a time when society still hadn't managed to adapt to the changes. Back then, the norms of what it meant to be human suddenly collapsed, and with that, laws became meaningless. Societal progress halted. It was catastrophic. And just picture the normal people, and the X-Men, and that's pretty much how the politics and society was going back then when powers first emerged. Without the advent of the extraordinary, humanity would be enjoying interstellar travel right now. Some important guy said that. Yes, and in that age of confusion and disorder, one man took the initiative and brought people together. You may have heard about this. He would steal quirks from other people, and with his overwhelming power spread the influence of his organization. He was responsible for manipulating so many into committing wicked acts, which was his intent. Before long, he had taken over Japan, a true lord of evil. How powerful do you have to be to take over the entirety of Japan? I've seen rumors about this on the internet, but I thought it was all made up. There's nothing in the textbooks about him. The textbooks don't tell you about what the Yakuza are up to either, do they? When a person has power, they instinctively seek a way to use it. But how's this connected to One for All? I mentioned that All for One could grant quirks too. With that ability, he could instill trust in others, or at least get them to submit. However, the load was too much to bear for those who received it. Many would end up becoming mere puppets, unable to speak, just like those Nomu.
On the other hand, there was one case where his granting of a quirk resulting in a mutation, a blending. The man had a quirkless younger brother. This brother was small and fragile, but he had a strong sense of justice, and the deeds of his big brother pained him, so he opposed the tyrant. But the elder brother gave his younger brother a power stalker quirk by force. We still don't know whether that was out of kindness or if it was to force his brother to submit.
Wait, so...
Yes, it turned out he hadn't actually been quirkless from the start, though neither he nor anyone else had known it. He possessed a totally useless quirk, one that lets him pass his quirk itself to others. But then the power stalker quirk and the transferring quirk were infused. That's how One for All came to be. Huh? An ironic tale, no? Justice is always born from evil.
Hold on, I don't really get how it happened, but this old story about that villain, why are you telling me this now?
We're talking about someone who steals quirks. He could acquire any kind, such as ones to stop the aging process. Oh. We're talking about someone who steals quirks. He could acquire any kind, such as ones to stop the aging process. And he did, making him a near mortal symbol of evil, given the man's indefatigable strength and the state of society at the time. Sometimes I can't read words, okay? His defeated younger brother decided to pass the mission on to future generations. Though it was but a shadow of what it is today, the power he passed on grew and grew, all in the hope that it could one day stop the older brother. And it was my generation that finally brought the villain down, or so we thought. He survived, and now he's on the move again as the brains behind this League of Villains. One for All is a power that's inherited for the sole purpose of beating all for one, which means that someday you will fight against that ultimate evil, perhaps. I realize this got a little dark.
I'll do my best! Whatever you say, All Might, I'll step up to the challenge. As long as you're by my side, I can do anything. That's how I feel, anyway.
Tell him, All Might. You have to tell him. No, Midoriya, kid. And he doesn't say anything. Probably when that day comes, I won't be here for you anymore. Thanks. He just simply says thanks. Summer vacation's close at hand. But of course it would be completely irrational for all of you to take a whole month off. Don't tell me you'll be doing a summer training camp in the woods.
I freaking knew it! Nice! Truth or dare! Bathhouses!
Fireworks. Bathhouses?
Curry! Yes! Open air baths!
Since we'll be out in nature, our training activities will probably be different too. So it's all about making the right decisions regardless of environment. Cool.
Hot springs! All of us living together. I'm pumped!
However, and everyone gets quiet. Anyone who doesn't pass the upcoming final exams is in for summer school right here.
Do your best, guys!
So friggin' stupid.
Do your best, girls!
Even after that earth-shattering story, life had to go on as normal. What I had to do hadn't changed at all. Come to think of it, All Might never got around to the about me part of the talk. The hero killer. I never thought he'd be caught. But, for the most part, he performed as expected. Those wanting to rampage, those sympathetic to the cause, all sorts. That was the catalyst they needed to seek out the League of Villains. Now it's Tomura Shigaraki's job to unify them. Can the child do it, I wonder? I still believe that if you came to the forefront, this would proceed smoothly, Master. Then hurry up and fix my body for me, Doctor. It will take at least another 5 years to achieve hyper-regeneration, but a quirk like that is all for naught if your wounds have already healed by then. It's fine. We'll let him do the heavy lifting, all to prepare him to be the next me. I know that boy will rise to the occasion. He was born twisted. And we see a silhouette of a man just laying up in a chair,
scarred head and everything. So enjoy it while you can, All Might, this transient peace of yours. Chapter 60, Gear Up for Final Exams. Flash forward to the final week of June. Only a week remains before final exams. I didn't study at all! Between the sports festival and the internship, it totally slipped my mind. Indeed. Midterms were, well, we haven't covered much since starting school, so they weren't all that tough. But now we've had all these other events, I think the finals are going to be much harder. Sucks that there's going to be a practical exam, too. Oh, and we got people who are ranked now. Oh, so Kaminari is ranked 20. Ashido is ranked 19. Tokoyami is at 14. 11-20. Seto is at 12 out of 20. Mineta is 9 out of 20. We thought you were one of us! Guys like you are only lovable when you're morons. There's just no demand for whatever you actually are. Such is life. Ashido, Kaminari, let's try the best we can. It'd be great if we can all go to the training camp, right? Yes! Haven't you been attending class? How could you possibly fail? And we have Midoriya at 4, Ida at 2, and we have Todoroki at 5. Words hurt, you know. Yaoyorozu at rank 1, because Yaoyorozu is pretty much the smartest person in the class. You two, if it's academics you need help with, I can lend a hand. Momoyo! The practical exam, on the other hand, is a different story. I'm not as bad off as them, but how about helping me too? Quadratic functions are kind of tripping me up. Help me too! You're good with kanji, right, Yaoyorozu? Huh? Me too. And she's just blushing at the fact that people need her help. Yes, of course! That's what virtue looks like. I've got virtue too. I'll tutor you until you're dead. The top 3 people in the class, ranked out of 20, is Yaoyorozu, Ida, and Bakugo. But at the lunch rush cafeteria, the academic tests will just draw from what we learned in class. That's manageable. But the practical, that's scarier since we have no idea how it'll go. I can't imagine it will consist of anything particularly useful. Unusual. So, about the academic subjects being manageable, it's probably just a comprehensive test of everything from the first semester. That's all Aizawa Sensei told us. There was battle training, rescue training, and basic training, right? And so in addition to our usual studies, we got to keep in tip-top physical shape. Ow! Sorry. My trade just couldn't get around that big head of yours. You're Monoma from Class B, right? How dare you! I hear you guys ran into the hero killer. I guess the sports festival wasn't enough. You just keep getting attention with one stunt after another, huh, Class A? But now it looks like that attention isn't all it's cracked up to be. It's starting to get dangerous, right? Pretty scary. I'm just worried that one of these days we're all gonna get caught up in some of your antics. Scary! And he gets chopped in the neck and knocked out by one of the other members of Class B. That's not funny. Didn't you hear what happened to Ida? Sorry, Class A. This guy, his heart's just, well... Kendo! His heart? I overheard you guys saying you're not sure about the practical exam. Between you and me, I hear it'll be a battle against robots like in the entrance exam. Huh? Really? How'd you know that? I know an older student who told me. It's a little unfair, I know. Not unfair at all. Preliminary intel gathering is just one aspect of the exam. Of course. Why not just ask second or third years? Why didn't I think of that? Huh? And he's muttering again. Kendo, you fool. We finally had an intel advantage over them. This was our chance to show up the detestable Class A. They're not detestable. She's like Class B's big sister type. She really is. Back at room Class A. Robots? Seriously? No sweat. You two really need to dial back your quirks against human opponents, but this way... Yeah, against robots we just let loose for an easy win, and we're getting tutored for everything else. Watch out, summer training camp, cause here we come! I'll probably have to face that ultimate evil at some point. To prepare for that, everything until then has to serve as a valuable experience. Humans or robots, I'd just blast them all. What's the big deal, morons? Who are you calling a moron, moron? Shut up, you're the moron who can't even figure out how to dial back his own quirk. Hey, Deku.
Seems like you're starting to manage that quirk of yours. Either way, stop ticking me off with all those stunts.
He means the other day when Deku was moving around like Bakugo. Oh, you're right.
I'm not looking for some hollow victory like at the sports festival. When it comes to our term grades, like it or not, I'm going to crush you into dust. I'll open the gulf between us so wide it'll kill you dead. You too, Todoroki!
And then he just slams the door and walks out. I haven't seen Bakugo so serious in a while. Is it uneasiness or sheer hatred? And then we got Aizawa walking away.
Bakugo, you're going south faster than I thought.
But back at the school, we have Momo teaching classic literature to the people that needed help. And everyone is studying, racking their brains. And now it's the day of the practical exam.
Let's begin your practical exams.
And everyone's decked out in all their gear. And it looks like Ida got his stuff back.
It is, of course, possible to fail this exam. If you want to attend the training camp, then don't mess this up.
Sure are a lot of teachers here. 5, 6, 8 of them?
Knowing you guys, you probably asked around and you might think you have a vague idea how this'll go.
It's a robot rumble, like the entrance exam. Fireworks, curry, truth or dare. Not quite. Various circumstances have demanded a revision to the entrance input. A revision to the entrance format. The principal! And they're all shocked at the fact that things are not gonna go as they were. A revision? Well, you see, as he lets him, the principal was hiding inside of Aizawa's scarf, and then he just lets himself down because he's so short. Well, you see, worried about a villain revival. Of course, we hope to prevent such a movement before it takes hold, but as a school, we have to take necessary precautions. Oh, wait, this is Aizawa saying this. Is it Aizawa?
Of course, we hope to prevent such a movement before it takes hold, but as a school, we have to take all necessary precaution. That means battling against robots ain't all that practical. To begin with, the robots were conceived as a means to avoid claims and suspicions that people were being harmed in our entrance exams. Is that all? What a waste. Why not just ignore the complaints? So irrational.
From now on, we'll focus on battles against flesh and blood opponents. It is critical that our teaching simulates practical experience as closely as possible. As such, your students will be pairing up and fighting one of the teachers you see here. Against a teacher? And they're all pro heroes. Your pairings and assigned teacher have already been decided. Your battle moves, your grades, your friendships with one another, all these factors and more will be considered. So without further ado, first, Todoroki... Oh, that's Aizawa saying it.
First, Todoroki is with Yaoyorozu against me.
Todoroki and Yaoyorozu versus Aizawa-sensei.
Next, Midoriya is with Bakugo. And your opponent will be me. You have to work together to win, so come at me, you two.
Deku and Bakugo versus All Might. Chapter 61, The Worst Combo. How many chapters do I have in total? Oh, one more after this one.
You'll have to work together to win, so come at me, you two. 10 stages have been prepared and all teams will begin simultaneously. The test guidelines will be explained by your respective opponents. None of the areas are outside the school grounds, but let's not waste any more time. Get going.
So, we have the Principal versus Ashido and Kaminari. 13 versus Aoyama and Uraraka. Present Mike versus Koda and Jiro. Ectoplasm versus Asui and Tokoyami. Midnight versus Zero and Mineta. Snipe versus Hagakure and Shoji. Cementos versus Saito and Kirishima. Sato and Kirishima, not Saito. And Power Rota versus Ida and Ojiro, at least on this page. And of course, we already know that All Might versus Bakugo and Deku. Why not play a word game or something? And it's... All Might's the one I think, is someone driving them? Who's driving them? Is All Might driving? I think All Might's driving. No, he's not driving. Someone else is. But Midoriya and Bakugo are sitting on separate places on the bus because they don't want to be near each other, and the fact that they're going to be facing off against All Might himself. As for the teams, first we have Ashido and Kaminari. For better or worse, they're single-minded and action-oriented. Principal, please use your intelligence to put them in their place. Okay. Todoroki, an exceptional fighter in every way, though he doesn't like to unleash all his power into single attacks. Then we have Yaoyorozu. She may be a genius, but she falters when deciding and acting in the moment. As such, I will erase their quirks and exploit their weaknesses in close combat. No objections. Next is Midoriya and Bakugo. I'll leave them to you, All Might. I'm not teaming them up based on abilities or grades. It's only because they're on such bad terms. We know you're a fan of Midoriya's, so guide him as you best see fit. Aizawa, nothing gets past you. And as they come to a screeching halt, now, this is where we will fight.
Fight? You can't expect us to beat you.
No matter what we do,
Fight? You can't expect us to beat you. No matter what we do, that'd be impossible.
Pessimistic and impatient, I see. Allow me to fully explain.
Team Ashido's location. The time limit is 30 minutes. Your objective is to either get these handcuffs on me or have one of you escape from the stage. Kinda like our battle training. We can really just run away? Yes. This is nothing like your past training.
Team Jiro's location.
This is nothing like your past battle training, because your opponent this time is on another level.
Another level? That's not really the image I have of you.
Darn it, hey girl, watch your mouth!
Team Uraraka's location.
This test is meant to simulate true battle as closely as possible. So please, think of us as actual villains.
Suppose we do meet in battle. If you fight and win, that's just fine too. However, we're cutting to different locations where the teacher are explaining everything that's happening. And if you find yourself overwhelmed by my power, fleeing and calling for help might be your wisest option. Todoroki, you of all people should understand that. The other two as well. And he's remembering back to the events of when they were fighting Stain. And back at Team Ida's location, indeed, there's no doubt in this test, it's either fight to win or run to win. Yes, your decision making is being tested. But given the rules and circumstances, you're probably thinking running is the only option. That is why we had the support course department make these ultra compressed weights. This handicap weighs me down with a whole extra 50% of my body weight. It's a tried and true method of slowing down movement and draining stamina. Shoot, they're heavier than I thought. And he's getting twice the weights because it's All Might. He gets more weights than everyone. By the way, we held a competition to design them, and that Hatsume girl design was picked. Trying to bring this fight down to our level is something that's insulting. We'll see. And there's a glare in his eye. As we cut to Recovery Girl's field medic station.
I'll be working hard today, I suspect.
Team Tokoyami's location. So the test takers, meaning us, start in the center.
In order to escape, we gotta pass through that one gate. Sensei's probably waiting to ambush us near the gate.
Everyone in position? Let's begin the final exam. We're gonna beat them for UA High School's first year. Ready? Go! They got 30 minutes to beat their teachers. What? I forgot to mention, we teachers will be giving it our all to utterly crush you students. And they just go all out. Yaoyorozu, trying to make smaller objects. It doesn't matter what. We'll know Aizawa Sensei is nearby if you suddenly can't. This test is about who finds who first. Once he's inside, I'll draw him away. Then you make a run for the escape gate. We'll stick together until then. But she looks so unsure. Grab her, Dark Shadow. Asui, run! And he throws her. But manages to stick to a building and uses her tongue to pull him upwards. Not bad. So they've chosen to flee.
Communication skills.
In this society, it's overlooked, yet essential for heroes. It's not about having good teamwork with one's trusted sidekick, but rather being able to work well with anyone to a certain degree. Which means for these two...
Stop following me! Obviously beating him down's the best option.
I think we're better off avoiding a fight no matter what.
We'll let him toy with us until the very end. Then when he's exhausted, I'll let him have it.
There's no doubt Kacchan somehow knows that All Might's on the ropes. But I can't very well come out and admit it. Hey, this is All Might we're talking about. Even with that handicap, there's no way we can beat him, Kacchan. And he gets smacked by Bakugo.
Stop talking. You think you're all that? Well, it's ticking me off.
If we want to pass this test, you gotta listen to what I'm saying, Kacchan.
You think I need your sticking powers to pass? Forget it!
Stop yelling for once! This is why we can never talk! And then all of a sudden, a giant shockwave comes barreling through the city, destroying everything in its path.
They really are the worst combo.
Now, get ready to have a really bad time. And this shockwave just came from All Might simply punching the air forward. And it blew up the entire air, and it literally just massively blew away the entire area they were standing in. Final chapter 62, Katsuki Bakugo Origin. Here's the results of the popularity poll from a while back. Believe it! And it's all like, it's a page with the popularity poll of the characters at the time. Alright. Who cares about keeping this town intact? What? What? What the heck? Think of this as a test, and you're gonna have a bad time. I'm a villain, heroes, so give me your best shot. Seeing a person standing in smoke staring you down when they're partially obscured by smoke, possibly the scariest thing you could ever see yourself. This intimidation, and then he just sprints towards him. We can't fight him head on. We can't fight him head on. Just run. You're not the boss of me. Kacchan! Stun grenade! All Might! Needless to say, from the start. And he just grabs Bakugo's face. But Bakugo aims his hand at him. Was expecting this. And then he just unloads onto All Might with his quirk. Ow, ouch, ow, 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 ow. Most people, when having their faces grabbed, would instinctively try to tear away. But this kid is dead set on beating me. And nothing else. And he proceeds to slam Bakugo, and he's already out of breath. A weak barrage like that hurts, but only a little. Now then. There's also you, Midoriya, kid. Huh? You gonna leave your teammate and make a break for it? Why am I remembering the hero killer? Full cloak! Full cowling! I forget that full cowling and full cloak is completely different in Japanese and English. Whoops, well that's just unfortunate. And he jumps out of the way from All Might, but also in the path of Bakugo. Move it! Kacchan! And they both hit each other.
One wants to beat All Might, the other wants to run. The latter sees his idol as being unimaginably powerful. To Izuku Midoriya, All Might is like a god. Then there's this one. I don't know much about him, but judging from his grades and performance at the sports festival, he's gifted with incredible talent. So why is he so worked up?
Like I said, you'll never win facing him head on. Stop talking. I'll win. That's what heroes do. And then we cut back to a flashback.
Man, All Might's so cool.
Sure, fine, but fighting here isn't... Get your mitts off of me. In the meantime, we see All Might jumping up with him with a guardrail. I've got a present for you. I got a present for Mr. Let's Run. And he pins down Midoriya with the guardrail and dashes into Bakugo and literally nails a literal gut punch. And since this is coming from All Might, he gets sent flying back, spitting up whatever he had. Kacchan!
Looky, you see this one? All Might's totally the coolest. It's 4 against 1. No way he can win, right? But look there. Dodge, punch, then feint. See? He's won. No matter how bad it looks, he always wins in the end.
And then you have Bakugo still laying on the ground as All Might steps towards him. I get it. This is about Midoriya's incredible growth, right? But when he starts at level 1 and you're at level 50, naturally you'll be growing at different rates. Don't throw it all away, okay? Don't you see here? You still got room to grow, but it's not a matter of power for you. I'm definitely gonna win. You're a nasty guy, but it's true. No matter what you come up against, you always try to win. That's why I look up to you. Zip it, All Might. If you're saying I gotta rely on his help, then I'd rather lose. That's so. As long as you have no regrets. And All Might is literally looking like he's about to KO Kacchan in the next week. Until Midoriya comes in and nails a punch right in his face. You'd rather lose? That doesn't sound like you. Get off of me, you. Pipe down. Whether we try to beat All Might or run from him, I honestly can't think of a single plan. Huh? But why not try using me before giving up? I don't want to hear you say it's fine if we lose. The one who never throws in the towel till he's won is you, isn't it?
Darn, you little first grader. Apologize when you bump into someone older than you.
We're gonna tell you, Jod, what you did. You, Jod, super strong. We'll get you back tomorrow.
I didn't bump into you guys. You guys bumped into me. Nice going, Kacchan. You fought those 4th graders and won.
Wow.
The strongest heroes always wins in the end.
Letting Midoriya catch me off guard like that. Letting Midoriya catch me off guard like that. I got careless. Ugh, these sure are heavy. If they're hiding from me like this, they must be headed for the exit gate. Where are you looking, chump? From behind? This ticks me off to think I'd have to with you. Deku! And as we see Midoriya pop up behind All Might with one of Bakugo's gauntlets, we see he's about to light into All Might. Shoot! And that is the end of Volume 7, Katsuki Bakugo Origin. Whew! Reading through this series once again, it's so therapeutic. It really is. It's so relaxing. And I'm really hoping to look forward to reading more, and especially the newer chapters. I still got a couple more volumes to go before I can actually start getting into the more recent chapters that have been happening in the past couple of months. So, hope you all enjoyed. I cannot wait to see you all in the next video. So, have a fantastic day. I look forward to reading more of this with you guys. And once again, as always, later, peoples!